Union Station's been a staple of Denver for almost as long as Colorado's been a state. The original building went up in 1881, burned in 1894. The building we're all familiar with was built in the early 1900s. It's always been a cultural center, hosting President Harry Truman in 1952, hosting holiday displays for decades. And we found this picture of an electrical Christmas display back in 1923.
After some down years, Union Station got a facelift in 2014, and today it's one of the anchors of downtown Denver. Joining us now to talk about Union Station's past and what its future might look like is Dr. Andrew Goetz from the University of Denver. Doctor, thanks so much for coming in and talking to us about this.
Happy to do so.
Let's talk about when Union Station was built and why it was important for that time.
Well, railroads were beginning to become a major mode of transportation, and Denver was a major stop along the way. There were a number of different railroads that had different stations, and Union Station was to bring all those different railroads together in one place.
Yeah, and when you go in there now, that train atmosphere is still very prevalent. But what was it like in the 80s and 90s?
1980s and 1990s, yeah, well, things kind of went into a state of disrepair.
Yep.
Starting in the 50s, really, with the rise of highways and air transport, and rail transport declined. And so that area around Union Station and Union Station itself also went through a period of decline, and it was a difficult time for the station.
Yeah.
So it's sat like that for decades. Why did the city decide to take on the project in 2014? I mean, outside of the obvious that it would be better for it to look like it does today than then.
Yeah, well, there were several efforts to preserve the station. It was scheduled to be demolished on a couple of occasions.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
And there was a group that formed that saved the station. And so then when around 2000 or so, RTD, our transit district, had the opportunity to buy it with the help of the city and the Colorado Department of Transportation, and they did, and then it became the centerpiece of the Fast Tracks program. It would be the intermodal hub for this expanded transit network.
And now we've all known how important that is, and just kind of what a centerpiece it is. You know, you see, there's restaurants and there's shops, and you see people taking photographs outside because it's a perfect place, a perfect backdrop for photos if you're visiting. But in general, when you do things like this, the public has to be on board. Were they on board?
Well, yeah, I think you could say they were, because efforts to demolish it were turned back in the 80s and in the 90s as well. And then the Fast Tracks vote in 2004, which approved the building out of the transit, but also the keeping Union Station and developing it into that intermodal hub, that was approved by voters. So the public has been supportive of it.
Yeah. How important has it been to downtown's economy? We were just talking in the commercial break about Grand Central to New York. That redo of Grand Central Station in New York City made it a destination. People spend a lot of money there, whether it's food, restaurants, shopping. So how important is Union Station to downtown Denver?
Oh, it's incredibly important. It's revitalized that whole lower downtown area. Yeah. And now when you see what's there, all the different shops, restaurants, activities, it's an incredible boost. Not to mention all of the development around that Union Station area. That's been an incredible transformation. It's all transit-oriented development right around there, and it's one of the best examples of transit-oriented development that we see in the country.
And when you bring that up, I mean, there's been a lot of efforts in Denver to kind of fix 16th Street alone and get people down there. These are opportunities, right, to redevelop more things around Union Station, other things downtown. Any ideas of what you think could be done?
Oh, sure. Well, Union Station provides a good anchor on the lower downtown side of downtown. The 16th Street Mall is a good axis then that leads to Civic Center Plaza and the State Capitol. And so you've got those two elements on either side. And so there are all kinds of development opportunities along there, a way to bring people back into downtown.
Yeah.
So the redo was 2014. Do you see anything else happening to it? I mean, that took decades and decades to get to that point. Will there be little things added here and there now that it's where it's at?
Well, what I like to see is just more transit service coming in.
Yeah.
And with Front Range Passenger Rail, Union Station is going to be a major center for that. So that's exciting to see. Plus, a further expansion of the transit system. I think there will be more development that will occur as our transit expands at the station.
Yeah, it's hard to imagine downtown without it. You know,
Yeah,
it's a
although
destination.
It could
now.
have happened, though.
And it could have
yeah,
happened.
and
Close.
it would have been a real tragedy if it had.
Yeah, it would have been awful. So, anyway, that's great. And during the holidays, I mean, it's just it is pretty magical.
It's a great place to go. Yeah, every time I go there, it's always there are people there. It's just fantastic to see.
Thank you for taking us down memory lane and reminding us how important it was that we almost lost it.
Oh yeah, very much so. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Goetz.
We'll be right back.